Welcome to DC Fan Gives Hope. So, before I get on to all the heavy stuff, I just like to say, I've just read this. Right? Generations. Not a book I came in, but that's a good thing about Ego Moss. It may have books that you've got, but it will give you books that you haven't, and it's worth a read. That is definitely worth a read if you have the time. It's, without giving too much away, it has so much twists and turns, and it dwells into stuff that you already know about Superman, being that he ages different, and it's not as. What's funny enough is it doesn't take growing old in a dark way. Okay, it doesn't take that in a way. The fact that the two characters never sort of goes crazy during the whole long story of the different generations that we see is fantastic. And though the story may be told in a sort of camp way, dating from the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even to the future, it gives you a whole new way of looking at these two iconic heroes. And if you're a fan of Batman and Superman stories like I am, then that is definitely a must. The villains are not as dark as you probably like, but what happens in the stories will make you go, whoa, this must be when these characters lose it. But they don't, they just get on with life, and they carry on regardless of what's happened to them. But you still, as a reader, when you're reading this, you're shocked, and you're shocked what happens to them, but you're also thinking that's a great twist. I never thought about it that way. What was Batman before he was Batman? What was Superman like when he was Superboy? It just takes every sort of incarnation of these two heroes, and they tell this fantastic story. It was such a hit that it spawned another book that dealt about generations, but not like it took. I don't know if it took Green Lantern or something like that, but it took many other Justice League characters, and they told their story in the form of generations, going through the years and stuff like that. So it's again, I'm trying to watch what I don't say, but in a way, each character has a sort of, and each year has a sort of end of story arc to that part of his life, and that's what makes that intriguing. And that end of story arc to that sort of generation arc of life pays off in the long run, and no, it's quite good. So onto the other matter was, so I'm walking through the town and I see all these posters of the Spider-Man game. It's on bus shelters, it's on walls, I was in the town and they had those big posters that covered the building, only on PlayStation. And then I read an article saying that because of the success of this game, they're planning to do more. And I'm like, first of all, it's like, well, they've already done a lot of Spider-Man games. And second of all, no wonder it was popular. I've never seen more publicity for this game than I have a movie. When Justice League came out, there was maybe a couple of billboards, but that was it. But with this game, I see this game everywhere. So no doubt it's gone. And also I've heard that it's quite similar to Arkham Asylum, which is I mean, I've not played it, but maybe it is. Maybe all that sneaking about and using your weapons and springing out. Maybe they've embroidered that onto the game and stuff. Who knows? But the other thing that I noticed about these Marvel stuff, and by the way, I'm just about 94% done Arkham Asylum. I've got like 4 riddles, then I'm on to the main guy, and then I'm on the what do you call it, the side games that you pay for. You know, play as Robin and stuff like that, or Nightwing, and you get their stories. But I've loved playing the game. I've loved the whole story content. I was just looking at a wee bit on Gotham there, and it just captures the whole way I see. You know, there's elements of Arkham Knight, and especially when it comes to looking at the GCPD building in Gotham. But so anyway, but if you've got any comments about the game or whatever, let us know down below. And but as I was looking at this Spider-Man game on the wall or whatever stuff, I always noticed that it says Marvel Spider-Man, and I'm thinking, do we get that when it's advertised in Arkham Asylum? Do we get, you know, or any sort of DC brand? Do we get on the posters or advertisement anything that says DC? Not that I recall. Is that Marvel has become a brand, a really brand name that most of the heroes can. You know, do you know what I'm saying? I mean, when I look at a poster of say Man of Steel, I don't see DC Man of Steel. I just see Man of Steel, and the DC logo is maybe somewhere down below. You know, so I don't know. I think Warner Brothers should start branding their stuff more. DC should start branding their stuff more, because I remember seeing interviews. Like one woman said, "Oh, I just seen the latest Avengers movie, say for instance, and Wonder Woman wasn't in it. Maybe she'll be in the next one." And I'm thinking, do they not know she's DC? How do they not know she's not? Do they think Batman should be in this universe as well, and Superman? And I just, so for me, I think they should start branding their names and making sure DC becomes very, you know, whenever you see any DC character, you should have DC along with it. You know, you can't have one without the other. Make sure that people get to know that this isn't a Marvel film, this or a TV series. This is DC. Also, one of my last videos there, I was talking about how I wasn't up for, you know, I wasn't on board with all this Batman dying stuff in Zack Snyder's vision, and that's just my personal opinion. Okay, that's the one thing I totally disagree that should not have happened. Would I have wanted it to happen? Maybe later on, after Ben Affleck has really established himself as Batman, then lead it up. And I know that there would be a 7-arc story with him involved in it, but you know, but it was just, I don't know. I think because after Superman died and then you get Batman, I think it would have been too much, but that's just my own personal opinion. But as I say, I still want the cut. You know, I'm a Zack Snyder fan, but I'm a DC supporter. You know, so I mean, being a fan for me means I can like something, but I don't need to agree with it. You know, I can like something but not agree with it. But being a supporter which I call myself as, although the YouTube page and my fan page is called DC Fan, maybe I should change it to supporter. DC supporter. I don't know, but I don't know if people get it. I think fans easy to say. But let me know if you think I should change it to supporter. For me, if I say I'm a supporter, then that means I'm supporting DC and the choices that they make. And I'm not talking about Warner Brothers or anything like that. But I will support whatever sort of stuff that they do, because we can't all be negative all the time. You know, we've got to be. We've got to say, well, this is what we've got. Let's not look down upon it. Let's keep our spirits high and stuff. So that leads me on to the last thing I want to say is do we need a Snyder Cut? Do we need it? Even though there are people out there that loved the Justice League. I mean, I enjoyed the Justice League and stuff, but I'm for the Snyder Cut, yes, but I'm really for a Justice League movie. So far, there's no talk about another Justice League movie, and I think there should be, because as a fan, I feel let's face it, the film didn't get as much money or the attention, and we can go and argue to blue in the face that money in the box office isn't everything that makes a film successful. But figures say differently. This is the Justice League we're talking about, okay? This film should have made loads of money. I'm sure that there are more people that have heard of Justice League than they did Avengers. So that touched me, that hurts my heart quite a bit. That we had a Justice League film that really didn't go anywhere. So if the only thing that comes close to as another Justice League movie will be the Snyder Cut, then let's have that. Let's have something that will inspire interest in another Justice League movie. Surely they must know, Warner Brothers, with all the stuff, all the people that are saying release the Snyder Cut. Surely Warner Brothers know the need for another Justice League film. The wantingness and the fans are wanting another Justice League film. Now you may say, oh, we need to get a build up to it, we need to introduce new characters and have that. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. But life is short. Okay, life is short, and if nothing is either written down or planned for the next 4 years, there is no mention of a Justice League film. So for me, if a Snyder Cut is released, at least for us, that will feel like another Justice League movie. And if it's good, if it blows us out of the water, and then and makes money for Warner Brothers, then maybe they'll gather the idea to bring it, to make another Justice League movie. And I'm so desperate for one. This is the main squad. This is the original team. Okay, this film, Justice League, should have been at least as close to where Infinity War is. This is a film, we had the Avengers movies, we had a couple of them. And okay, we had the 10-year build-up for this Infinity War. But we also had a sort of build-up to this Justice League movie. And yes, again, like I said in my last video, Warner Brothers interfered and changed things from Zack's original plan, but let's face it, Zack Snyder changed a couple of times, right? So this Snyder Cut, even though it wouldn't have been what he was originally planning, it would have been something relating to the 2-arc story he changed it for. We would have had the, at first it was a 7-parter, then Zack Snyder moved it down to a 2-parter. So at least, and then I don't know, maybe we're just going to make this one movie, but have something, have the director visualize, make it, and get people talking, because there are so many people that either love the Justice League film that now are on board to seeing the Zack Snyder cut. So for me, I want something Justice League, and if it's Zack Snyder's version is the only one we're going to get for the next 5 years or so, then at least give us that. And that to me is why we need the Snyder Cut, why we need the Justice League, because we haven't really had a Justice League film that we so richly deserved. And having, even if they announced we were going to make another Justice League movie, then I might feel relaxed, but and then they'll know, they've learned the lessons from the last time. I mean, no one interfered much with the previous movies, like Joel Schumacher, which I believe somebody should have interfered with that movie, or Joss Whedon's movie. Why interfere with Zack? At least we could have got something and then moan about it later. But now the idea of there is another Justice League film out there, some of the fan movies of making the trailers for Justice League have turned out pretty good, fascinating. It was just a trailer of a fan cut Justice League. It looks like a totally different film, and that's like 2 or 3 minutes. So can you imagine what an extra 40 minutes to a film would make it? It would make it a different film entirely. So if that's going to make a different film entirely by just adding 40 minutes, then that's the closest thing we're going to get to a Justice League for some while. So yes, bring us a Justice League film. Bring us a Zack Snyder cut. We need more. Thank you.